Get out, Audia.
Are you?
Go.
This is my room.
Go. Close the door when you leave. Take the book.
What?
You can go too.
Should I close the door?
Yes. Hurry. You can go. I'm surrounded by idiots.
Can I?
What?
Can I?
No.
So, we got a little bit... Okay. I got a little bit ahead of myself in the last broadcast. We have school, no money for plane fare, and Micah drives a bucket.
Why? I mean, girls are watching this. Why?
Your gas gauge is broken, honey.
I count the miles. I'm like a human odometer or something.
Can you hear yourself?
Relax, Roz. Everyone needs a little bit of perspective. I mean, I know I do. That's why I called you guys in. Tell me look at this thing from multiple angles. And a bunch of generous people out there help me solve these puzzles. Micah, you're a techie. Roz, you're a theater, media, and movie geek. People out there, they're artists, creators, thinkers. I mean, I'm just a reader and writer. Maybe a researcher, but if I wasn't paying attention to what's right in front of me.
Like the internet?
So, I finally got in touch with my uncle. I mean, the other number didn't work because he's no longer in practice. But there's so much information that I want to share. But I promised that I kept some just for myself, and I have to honor that. First off, my uncle was about 20 years older than my father. So, when he left from Haiti to America, my father was still a child. They didn't grow up together, so they're not the ideal siblings. In some respects, my uncle was meeting a stranger for the first time. You know, up until then, the only source of communication was maybe phone calls every once and again, but the way the political situation was in Haiti, you know, it wasn't safe to visit. My uncle's a therapist, so he spotted it immediately, the problems my father was having. But from here on out, it's got to be kind of filtered. But the good news is my father's illness was treatable. Unfortunately, my uncle tried to treat him before he left for Chicago, and that was one of the worst decisions he's made. He doesn't know where my dad is. Haiti, Chicago, Miami, he doesn't know. But he doesn't want me bother looking for him. He says we've done enough, been so brave doing something no one has the nerve to do. And he didn't know about the game, which is strange because I thought he helped make it. He reminded my father of the letters when they used to write when they were children. So I think that's what gave him the idea to record his thoughts. So I can learn lessons through letters. Letters to home.
Okay, so what about the game? Why not just write a whole book in this case?
Or even just finish his website.
I don't know. Getting to his head is hard, but I know what we have. We have to work with what we have and just go with it.
What we have is a center with no blueprints.
I mean, we have the letters.
Research.
Right.
Blueprints with no bricks.
But the site is built.
Ugly bricks.
So we give it a facelift.
A makeover.
And who better to advise?
An advisor, sure. But what about the labor? The center is such an undertaking that your father devoted his whole life to it. And he literally has nothing to show for it. I mean, sure we have the blueprints. Sure we have the bricks. But what about the builders?
We have builders.
Designers.
Problem solvers.
Gamers. You're trying to make a contest out of this. You want to make a game?
I mean, you see a problem and I see a solution.
Dozens of solutions.
Okay, obviously you two haven't thought this through all the way, but I'll set it up, and you have to give yourself more credit, Adia. I don't think you're going to get any deeper into your father's head than you've already gotten. You said it yourself, right? He was antisocial, you're socially awkward. I mean, you're really not going to make any friends sizing everyone you meet up as competition.
9-1.
9-1. And But when you're faced with a problem, what do? You get a social butterfly. Technically, you're sound but no coder. When you're faced with another problem, what do? You find a techie. You're doing exactly what your father failed to do.
So, the point is to get outside of her father's head.
Or outside of our own heads.
Thank you, Micah.
So, what's the next move?
Micah's gonna disseminate the site so that the players can go on and, remix it. We want content, but not too much content. We want to be able to create, too.
So, that just leaves eBay.
I know.